What is up, guys and girls of World of Warcraft? Proteus here, bringing you my Frost Death Knight's talents and glyphs. Alright, so, as you can see, I'm on my Death Knight, sporting my Warglaze of Azeroth. I just felt like being a jerk and just showing those off. Let me just put my regular weapon back on. Alright, so, right here, I'm just going to go over my talents and glyphs about what I have, and my opinions on why I think they're better. I just want to give you guys a little thought is, prior to patch 5.0.4, I never went Frost. I've always preferred Unholy to Frost. But with this new patch, Unholy has kind of been meh for me. I haven't really gotten into it that much. But Frost, I've just been obsessed with the last couple days, and it's just been so much fun, just so much damage. Alright, so let's just jump into these talents. For the first tier, I chose Unholy Blight because it only has a 1.5 minute cooldown. And let me just read this off for you. What it does is surrounds the Death Knight with a vile swarm of unholy insects for 10 seconds, stinging enemies within 10 yards every 1 second. This infects them with your diseases, which is just amazing. What's really good with this ability is when you use it, it has a chance to proc your Girthalak tentacles, well, if you have the Girthalak. And it's not really the preferred choice for Death Knights, but hey man, those tentacles do a lot of damage. Yeah, and Girthalak can now be procced with AoEs such as Unholy Blight and Howling Blast, and it is just crazy. You can get so many tentacles on people, it's just amazing. And the reason I chose this over these other ones is, well, I don't really like using Blood Boil as for Frost, because I'd rather save those runes for something actually more useful. Plague Leech is, a friend of mine used it, and I didn't like it at all. Alright, for this next tier, I chose Lichborn for the obvious reasons for PvP, which is the immune to Charm, Fear, and Sleep, and the healing it can do with your Death Coil. I got a little macro to set up, if you guys want to just check this out. As you can see, I don't really have that many macros, just my cooldowns, Lichborn, and Sacrifice. Alright, for the Lichborn heal, what you do is slash cast Lichborn, and slash cast, and then target equal your name, and then Death Coil. What this will do is pop your Lichborn, and you can just spam that macro, and you won't have to target yourself. You can just target your enemy how you normally would. Alright. And chose that over the Animagic Zone because the Animagic Zone is more situational, but Lichborn is better for just a general idea, or a bit more general ability. And Purgatory, I just don't like it whatsoever. It's just bad in my opinion. Alright, for the third tier, I decided to go for Chillblains. This is one of my... I like this one more than the other ones, but all three of these are just awesome. Chillblains, it reduces their speed by 50% for 10 seconds and immobilizes them for 3 seconds. And this is just amazing because you can just lock them down for just so much time. Especially if you're in Strand of the Ancients or something, you don't really have that much of slowdowns for the tanks or anything else really. Chillblains will just be amazing. The diminishing returns on it is pretty good too. Just goes from 3 to 2 to 1, and then they become immune for a little while. It's just really good. The beginning of this patch, I chose Death's Advance because for only a 30-second cooldown, this sounded so cool. Like you get 10% increased speed passively, and they can't reduce you by more than 70%. And when you activate it, you get a 30% movement sprint, and you can't be slowed for more than 100% of your normal speed for 10 seconds. Or, not 10 seconds, for 6 seconds. That is pretty good, but I just chose Chillblains because you won't need to catch up to him, because he'll just be locking them down this entire time. And Asphyxiate, I really, really like this ability, but just Chillblains is just a little bit better. Lifts them in the air, crushing their throat for 5 seconds, and it pretty much just is a stun, a 5-second stun. You're able to hit them and do damage and everything to them, and it only has a 1 minute cooldown. As you can see, your Strangulate has a 2 minute cooldown, and it costs one blood rune. This is instant and it's free. Well, they're both instant, but still. But this is a 1 minute less cooldown than Strangulate. But since it is a stun, they are able to trinket it, and you just lost out on your 1 minute cooldown. This is really good, but I still just prefer Chillblains over it. Excuse me. For this next tier, I chose Death Pact because now, since it heals you for 50% of your maximum health, I have 137,000 health. That's like 65 something thousand healing that it gives to you, like only with a 2 minute cooldown. And I have again another glyph for that, or glyph macro for that. Just show tooltip for my Raise Dead, /cast Raise Dead, /cast Death Pact. That allows you to blow both of your cooldowns for Raise Dead and Death Pact, which is just really, really useful. Death Siphon, I don't really like it for PvP because the resilience from other people just reduce this damage by just so much. It's not even fun. It says like 12k, but in PvP it's only like 5 or 6k, and that actually costs a death rune, which is just ridiculous and bullcrap. And conversion, this is pretty good. This is actually really good, but I just prefer to spend that runic power on Frost Strike. It's just crazy. I mean, you get the 10 runic power plus 10 per second. Like right off the bat, you're losing 1 runic strike, which is one of your biggest hitting moves. And for this last tier, Blood Tap for Frost, not that great in my opinion. I prefer to choose Runic Corruption. When you land a damaging Death Coil, Frost Strike, or Runic Strike, you have a 45% chance to activate a Runic Corruption, which increases your rune regeneration rate by 100% for 2.64 seconds. This is just amazing. Runic Empowerment is still pretty good, but I just prefer Runic Corruption, just because with those 2.64 seconds, you're able to constantly keep it up. You're able to keep it up like probably your entire fight, because you're spamming Frost Strike just so much. And Runic Empowerment has a 45% chance to activate a fully depleted rune, which is pretty good, but just the constant rune regeneration is just amazing. Alright, and now for my glyphs, I chose to have Glyph of Animagic Shell, which absorbs all incoming damage up to the absorption limit. So in those 4 seconds that you're in your shell, they can only get you down to, or they can only do about 65,000 damage to you, which is just ridiculous. It absorbs all of it. It's a really good glyph. This is really good for survivability. Glyph of Dark Succorer. When you kill an enemy that yields experience or honor while in Frost or Unholy Presence, your next death strike within 15 seconds will be free and will restore at least 20% of your maximum health. This is really good in BGs and even in arenas too. This has saved me just so many times. It's like a victory rush pretty much for Death Knights. And Glyph of Death and Decay. This is really good, especially since they got rid of Desecration now. And this is, you just see like a big group of people just running away, like, oh no, what am I gonna do? Boom, Death and Decay. They're all slowed down by 50%. This is also really good for catching up to casters too, especially since this new patch. They've been pretty powerful. Next, I have Glyph of Foul Menregay, yeah. What this does is, when you cast your Army of the Dead, it just gives a bunch of different undead minions, which doesn't really do any more damage or anything, but I just find it really cool, like aesthetically. So as you can see, you just got oh, I haven't seen that guy before. It's like a spiky ghoul. You got these like little skeleton warriors, your regular ghouls, like this abomination looking guy. It's pretty cool. It doesn't really do much though. Next I have Glyph of Corpse Explosion. They brought back Corpse Explosion. I really liked this ability back in the day. This is just so much fun just to blow people up. It was like the ultimate teabag when you just see someone sitting there. And since it doesn't do any more damage and you can't use it on enemy players, it's kind of sad, but you know, it's alright, I guess. It doesn't do any damage and you can't use it on enemy players. It's kind of lame, but it's still cool. You see like a dead rabbit or something, you're able to kill it, or make it explode, I mean. And next is Glyph of Path of Frost. This is something I'd really recommend. It allows you to fall from such higher areas with Path of Frost active, and you just can catch up to people so much better. Like if you're on like let's say Arathi Basin and you are at the lumber mill. Oh no, like a rogue or a druid, someone jumped off, and they're like, haha, Death Knight, you can't catch me, and you're like, haha, yes I can, Path of Frost, jump on, boom, they're dead, and you get to just teabag them, and they'll be all mad and stuff. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Tomorrow I'm going to be uploading a few highlights of some BGs I did as Frost, just, you know, giving you guys a little peek at how crazy Frost Death Knights are now. Alright guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Any questions or concerns, leave a comment, and subscribe to me for future videos similar to this one. Peace out guys.